Hey everybody, it's Missy. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Today's layout is for the Hip Kit Club, and this is a layout that I actually made a few weeks ago using the September kits, and I never got around to sharing it because I got my October kits and I jumped right into those. And so this was a bonus September kits page, and I decided that I wanted to challenge myself to use a lot of my leftover pattern papers. And I tend to struggle a lot with big, bold patterns of different colors mixed together. Like, I wanted to use this pink and white striped paper, but I also wanted to bring in a lot of the blue papers. And it's hard for me because they're all so different, and I wanted to make them go together, I guess, in the way that I think of them going together. I know everybody, thinks differently when they look at colors and patterns, and I wanted to challenge myself to use several of the pattern papers in a layered pattern going vertical like this, and I'm going to stack my two pictures on top of each other to continue with the vertical idea there. But my background paper is horizontal, and so I wanted the bold pink mixed with a variety of these blue papers. And then I also wanted to tie in the black and white polka dot paper, which is actually on the back of the pink and white striped paper. So this is a mix of Ellie Studio and Dear Lizzie and Amy Tan. And I was bound and determined to take these totally unrelated papers and make them look like they belong together. And it was a challenge, but I think I made it work, and I really wound up liking the end result. So everything is really bold and bright, and I wanted to tone it down just a little bit. So like I usually do, I take my white gesso and a credit card, and I'm just going to kind of go over a good portion of this paper here, and I want to blend the edges. I don't want it to be super harsh edges, and so that's usually when I use my finger to make it look more hazy and cloudy than just really harsh white lines. And the credit card is good for smudging, but if you really want to fade out the edges, you need to use your hand. And so some of it's still harsh, and that's going to happen when you use white gesso on something dark. But I am going to come in with some mixed media stuff here in a minute and cover a lot of the gesso up. So here I come with even more colors, and I wanted to tie in some yellow. So I pull out that washi tape booklet from Amy Tan, and I'm going to put several strips here and there. And I'm trying to be more random. I know a lot of other awesome YouTubers have talked about that lately, in how they're trying to use items that come in a kit or in a collection that have nothing to do with their page or their topic or their picture, and they're making it work for their page. And so this is kind of my take on being random, except I'm using more random colors and patterns. And I'm going to use those two cut apart pieces as layering pieces behind my pictures. And I accidentally forgot to turn my camera on when I started my mixed media here, but I'm using the paint dabbers, and those are both from previous hip kits. And I just use the plastic packaging with the yellow and the cracked pistachio color there. And I like the way that the gesso and the paint kind of fades away some of the brightness of the papers. So now I'm going to come in with a gelato, and I want more of the turquoise color going on through here. And I actually made this before I got my new water brush. That's my old water brush, and it still works, but I like my new one better. The water comes out a little bit easier in the other one. But I just wanted some more pops of the turquoise color, and so that's what I was doing there. And, the whole time I was making this, I was kind of not sure if I was going to like it. It's just kind of different for me, I think. It felt different as I was making it because I'm using so many papers, and they're all so different. But I just keep going, and I think in the end it works okay. And those are just some pictures of my husband twirling around Paige, and she loves to do that. She giggles and laughs and wants to do it over and over and over again, and it's just really cute to watch because she lifts her little heels up behind her and bends her knees, and it's just cute. So I decided I need more turquoise. So I'm going to come in and do that. I think I could play with this water brush all day. It's become my new obsession instead of using an actual paintbrush. It's so easy, especially with gelatos or the watercolor pencils. So I decide I need more of that gorgeous blue color. So I just go ahead and pick up the Mermaid Lagoon from the May color kit. I think it was the May kit. And I start out by just splattering some of that color around, and then I decide, oh, what the heck, just smudge it on there. When all else fails, use the plastic packaging and smudge it down. And I'm not sure if this is looking good or if this is looking like a big jumbled muddy mess, but I keep working at it. Add more washi tape. So now I've got turquoise, aqua, teal, yellow, light blue, pink. I've got all kinds of random colors in here. So before I stick my pictures down, I come in with my thread, and I believe that is that pink magenta color. Yes, it is, the thread. And since I have such a big area to work with, I'm just going to go ahead and lay that out before I stick my pictures down. And I do use a lot of rub-ons, and every time I rub them on, my whole table shakes, and so that's why it appears as though an earthquake is taking place, but it's just rub-ons. And these rub-ons are the Dear Lizzie pack. And just for the record, rub-ons don't rub on as well on top of gesso. I had to really, really rub hard on there, and even then some of the edges did not rub off all the way. I mean, it didn't bother me. It kind of gave it a more distressed look, which was fine, but just be aware of that. And I am going to use a couple of chipboard pieces from the Wonder crepe paper line. And again, they're kind of unrelated, they're kind of random. But like I said, this was a challenge to kind of be more in the moment. And if you like it, go ahead and use it, even though it's not the perfect embellishment for your pictures or your design. Sometimes you want to use an embellishment because it's the perfect size, or because it's the right color, or it just fits in the space that you need it to. Like that little cat. This page has nothing to do with the cat, but I thought it was adorable, and it was yellow, and it fit right there. And like I've been doing lately, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to gold emboss this heat. I'm going to heat emboss this gold powder on top of this wood veneer. There, I think I said that right. And I've had someone ask me about what's in the dabber there, and that's just embossing ink. It's just liquid, and it's in a dabber. And I got that at Michael's. It's instead of an ink pad, it's in a liquid dabber form. And I have several colors of embossing powder, but I just gravitate toward the gold. It's just, you can't go wrong with the gold. And so my title is going to be Always Magic, because that's kind of how I feel when I see them do this little spin around act, because her face just lights up and she's just amazed by it. And it's just something that's so simple that, I'm sure every parent has done with their kids at some point. And to her, it's a big deal, and it's just so fun to watch. And so that's why that is my title. And I want to echo the gold glitter, and so I'm going to add that gold freckled fawn heart. And then I decide to add a couple of little bits of this dotted vellum. And I think that was from the August kits, but I didn't use it all. And so I just tear a couple little strips to put over here on the left part of the layout. And again, I'm just kind of going with what I feel like looks okay, and trying not to second guess it so much. And that's why I'm such a slow scrapbooker, is because I think I overthink things. I mean, sometimes it takes me 2 days to get through one page because I'll have to leave it alone and then come back the next day and look at it again. And then sometimes it's still just, I feel stuck. And, you know, in the grand scheme of life, it's just a scrapbook page, but I guess that's just the way I am. I have to have it just like I like it. And sometimes it takes me forever. So I was challenging myself to get this done and to not be so critical with every little piece. And the more I went, the more I started to like it. I think the more stuff I put on it, the better I liked it. If that makes any sense. And I think blending out some of the patterns and bringing in the watercolor and the paint and the inks sort of makes it look a little more cohesive and not as separate. Like, it brings all the pages together, or all the patterns and colors. And I like the pops of yellow. I think that helps also. And so I pulled in some things from older kits. That Heidi Swapp Shiny Gold Heart, and then this is the Crate Paper Poolside little sheet with those wooden dots and buttons and sequins on it. I cannot remember what kits those came in. I think July maybe. So I did go back and check out some of my older kits and pulled out a few things because I never use up everything. There's always so much in these kits. I always have a couple pieces left over, and so I like to go back and revisit them every now and then and see what matches newer kits. And that's pretty much it. I added a little bit of journaling there, and then I'm going to add my date stamp, and I did add some black color shine at the end. And that's the final page. I like how it turned out. I was kind of proud of myself for just going for it and trying something out of my comfort zone. And I'm happy with the results. So thank you guys so much for watching. And let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you check out hipkitclub.net. And I will catch you guys in my next video. So thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.